right, in lowest terms. So this problem, what we need to do is we need to factor the top and factor the bottom and see if we can cancel any of the factors. So the top part is already in factor form. There's nothing that we can factor out of r minus 2. So we're just going to rewrite that, r minus 2. The bottom part is a difference of squares. So this one's a perfect square and that's a perfect square, and we have a minus sign in between. So we can actually write this. Remember, if we put 2 square minus r square, we can use the formula a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and then a minus b. In this case, my a would be 2, so I would substitute this a with a 2, and we get 2 and a 2 here. And then my b is an r, so I would put a plus r and a minus r. Now, if you notice, these are not the same. We have a positive r and a negative 2. But if you look at this one here, we have a positive 2 and a minus r. So these are actually opposites. The opposite of r is negative r. The opposite of negative 2 is a positive 2. So what I'm going to do with this factor here is I'm going to factor out a negative 1. So if I factor out a negative 1, I'm going to get r minus 2. Negative 1 times r gives you this negative r, and negative 1 times a negative 2 gives you this positive 2. So now I can write it as r minus 2, and then I have this negative 1, 2 plus r, and then this r minus 2. And the reason I want to do that is because now I can cancel these out. So I can cancel this r minus 2 and this r minus 2. So now my answer is 1 at the top, because I can't cancel everything. We need to have that 1 there. And then this negative 1 times the 2 plus r. We could also write it as negative 1, give this negative sign to the top one over 2 plus r. So those are just two different ways of writing this answer. Both answers are still correct. So what you need to do when you're looking for these problems is, if you have opposites, like the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2, the opposite of r is negative r, you can factor out a negative 1 so you can cancel those terms.